York City. He has performed with theaters across the country over the last 14 years, and he has appeared in independent films and even on Law & Order SVU. He's a member of the Heidi Latsky Dance Company, which I just mentioned. He performs globally with the GIMP Project. His one-man show, A Little Potato and Hard to Peel, was nominated for a 2010 New York Innovative Theater Award for Outstanding Solo Performance. He continues to bring his solo play and speaking programs to audiences around the country. So if you get a chance after you see David here today, make sure you follow him. He's on Facebook, he's on Twitter. Follow him and see what he's doing, because he's got a lot of talent to show.
Thanks, Chick. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm an actor and I live in New York, and I have a one-man show. It's called A Little Potato and Hard to Peel, so I want to share a little bit of that show with you guys. So when I was a kid, I wanted to know which one hurt worse.
How come I never heard it yet?
The hand or the nub? So I bring my little brother Kenneth in front of me and I asked him, which one hurts worse? The hand? Ka-pow! Or the nub? Ka-pow! Ah! I don't remember! Do it again! Alright, so I took my hand, ka-pow! Or the nub? Ka-pow! The nub. And my greatest anxiety is shaking hands. I mean, I look like a pretty normal looking fellow, but most people don't realize that I'm missing my right hand when we meet. So when we're introduced, everyone automatically will stick out their right hand. Shizzle dizzle. What am I supposed to do with that? I mean, do I stick out my right hand and freak them out? No, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. So I put out my left hand, which unfortunately makes us both feel uncomfortable. Because you have a split-second thought of, why are you shaking with your, oh my God! I feel like a nincompoop. And then I have the split-second thought, oh dude, I made you feel like a nincompoop. So, we're both nincompoops.
No, you're not.
So how did I end up here as a speaker and an actor? Maybe we should go back to the beginning of my story. September 2nd, 1974, South Georgia, Labor Day, and my mom was in labor. Now they're giving her drugs because it was the 70s, and my dad is on his way to the waiting room. Hey, excuse me, my wife, she was sitting right here. I had to get the baseball glove from the car. Excuse me, could someone help me? Thank you. Her name is Harrell. She was right here, and I'm sorry, what? She's in the delivery room, and this thing's gonna whoop whoop happen. I gotta get in there, because what do you mean I can't go in there? Because she's knocked out. Well, what do? I just wait here with my nincompoop family? Oh, hey, Pop, Nana, Mama, Daddy, Trish, Lamar, Ruth, Ann, and Wendell. Hey, Wendell! Brother, this is exciting, and my son is going to play baseball. So he's going to be the next great right-handed pitcher like Goose Gossage. What's that, Wendell? What if he is a she? You shut your face, Wendell. He ain't gonna be no she. He is gonna be a he. No, shut it. Here comes the doctor. It is a he. Thank you. I'm listening. My son is healthy, he's fine. It's just he was born without his right hand. Now, how's he gonna play baseball? No, I'm sorry. Is there anything else wrong? Can he breathe? He's fine, he's healthy, just missing his right hand. Can I take him to see my wife? Hey you, I brought you our boy. He's beautiful. Honey, what happened to his hand? Well, he was born without it. The doc says it's just a glitch. Well, he ain't gonna be different. He's got your name, for goodness sake. Abner David Harrell III. Life is going to be hard enough for him as it is with a name like that. We'll call him David. And David, you are never going to be different. Do you hear me? You are never going to be different. See, my parents promised me that I was never going to be different. And to hold true to that promise, when I was 6 weeks old, they took me to the Shriners Hospital in Greenville, South Carolina. Now, the Shriners fitted me with a prosthetic arm. They call it the mitt. It's not really like a baseball mitt. It looks more like this. Like an oversized winter mitten. The only thing about this prosthetic was that it was heavy. So I learned to crawl with it, and eventually I learned to walk, albeit lopsided. So at 2 years old, I'm happy little lopsided toddler boy, just adapting to the world. For example, my dad's friend, Bubba Dubos. Hey, little man, come here, give me a 5. Give me a 5. You see, hey, come here, little man, come here, give me a 5. Give me a, hey, little man, come here, give me a 5. Give me a wham! Ow! My finger! He broke my finger! Has someone got a nice frosty cold beverage I can put on my finger? See, I didn't realize I was different. I just adapted to do what I thought every other kid would do. Break the fingers of their dad's creepy friends. And at the Shriners, the kids were all kids like me, and we played games like Candyland or G.I. Joe or Monopoly. And then they called your name. See, I didn't like this part because you went into a room full of doctors, went to the center of the room, and someone would read your chart while someone else would hold up your arm for all to see. My arm hung in the air while men and women in white coats twisted and turned and bent my arm using words I couldn't understand. Doctor, 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 this child has a malformation of his right hand caused by fibrous bands of the amnion rupturing, entangling the fetus, and strangling the right limb. Possible causes are teratogenic drugs in the mother or the father's exposure to Agent Orange. No conclusive evidence, it's just a glitch. So my dad would take me to the basement of the Shriners to be fitted for a new prosthetic. They would take a bucket of warm water and plaster of Paris, or as I call it, casting stuff. They put casting stuff in the water, and when it was wet, they would begin to wrap my arm. And I felt the heat of it as it became solid. It was the makings of a new prosthesis, and this time, I was being fitted for a metal hook. And they would put the hook on me. And I began to wear a metal hook. And no offense to any two-handed people out there, but having one hand in the 80s was not a bad deal. So my mom took me to see a movie called The Empire Strikes Back, and something happened that made me the coolest kid in the world. Luke Skywalker gets his freaking hand chopped off. I could be Luke Skywalker on the playground. And we played Star Wars all the time. And normally, whoever said the name of the character they wanted to be first got to play it, but now I could say, hey guys, I'm Luke Skywalker, because I've only got one hand. And we played, my friend Jay Brower, he would be Vader, and we would have lightsaber battles in this treehouse, which of course became Cloud City. Now, Lando Calrissian, please take me to the space station so I can get a new Luke Skywalker hand. Did I need a new Luke Skywalker hand? You don't need no Luke Skywalker hand, fool. Okay, time out. So, when I was a kid, I would take a magic marker and I would color in my fingers to make a mohawk. And then I'd put a couple of eyes and a mouth, and I'd use my thumb as my nose. And my favorite television character, Mr. T, would come alive and give me advice. Like, you don't need no Luke Skywalker hand, fool. Well, Luke Skywalker needs a Luke Skywalker hand, Mr. T, and he's the coolest guy in the universe. So, you like playing without your hook, don't you? Well, yeah, but everyone says I have to use it. No, you don't. You know what else you can do without your hook? Play baseball. Oh, Mr. T, I tried to play. Just put the glove on your left hand, catch the ball, roll it over on me, take the ball and throw it. Do it. Fine, Mr. T. I'll put the glove on my left hand, catch the ball, roll it over on you, take the ball and throw it. Catch the ball, roll it over on you, take the ball and throw it. I started practicing all the time. I would throw with my dad until he got tired, and I'd throw the ball against the wall of the house until it was dark, and pretty soon, I was as fast as any two-handed kid. I heard about Jim Abbott. He was born just like me, and he was going to pitch in the major leagues. I was going to be the next great left-handed pitcher. You on your way to a Letterman jacket now, fool. I know. With a Letterman jacket, I could get a girlfriend, but how does one get a girlfriend, Mr. T? It's a numbers game, fool. So the more people I ask out, the better my chances are. So I could ask out all the girls at the lunchroom table, and someone would be my girlfriend. Right? Right. So I went to the lunchroom table in 7th grade and asked out every single girl at the lunchroom table, and they all said no, and no, and no, and no, and no, and left the table. I pity the girl who don't go with you. She's a fool. Not now, Mr. T. I'm just doing what you told me to do. I didn't tell you to ask out a table full of girls, fool. Well, they don't want to go with me because I'm not normal. What do I have to do to be normal enough to have girls pay attention to me? You ever considered politics? It ain't no secret. Ladies love a politician. I don't understand what you're saying, Mr. T. Student council, fool! You need to put your big boy panties on and run for student council. So I put my big boy panties on and I ran for student council. Now my homeroom teacher, Mr. Echoberry, said that I was running against all the popular white girls and I needed to split the vote. I needed to focus in on the inclusive vote. And inclusive people rap. I should rap my speech. I went home and said, Mom, Mr. Echoberry thinks I should rap my speech. And my mom said, that is brilliant! And the next day, my mom hands a rap to me. I went in front of the entire 8th grade. I stood behind the podium and in the immortal words of Tone Loc said, let's do it. My name is Dave, but they call me the Rave, and I'm here to ask you to catch the wave. Leadership and responsibility, yow, they both mean so much to me. So give me a chance to exhibit these by electing me as your representative, boy. Tomorrow is the day that you cast your vote, so grab your board and don't ride the boat. Vote for David Harrell and you vote for me, and we'll ride that wave to Glen Academy. Peace! The 8th grade gave me a standing ovation. I went back to my seat and Tanya Adamson, who was sitting beside me going next, whispers, I hate you. I ended up getting elected, but I didn't get a girlfriend. So I went to high school and I played sports, and then I decided that I wanted to do theater. And I kind of found my way to theater, and I had to choose either sports or theater, and I decided on theater. And after I graduated college, I thought I would go to where every other actor goes, an agent. And I sit down in front of the agent, and the agent says, to be in this business, you have to be all business. You have to find your niche. You have to find what makes you special. And you, that thing you have there, that's only going to allow you to be cast in roles specifically written for somebody with one hand. And there are not a lot of roles like that. What are the roles? Pirates? Or maybe the guy